Hey guys, how are you? Hope you guys are doing well out there. So, just when I was getting ready to hop on, let's get ready to do the outlook here, and let me mute myself right here. Do right there. Okay. So I was getting ready to do an outlook for this, a preview for tomorrow, but we actually have a severe storm out there impacting southern Illinois close to home. Let's go ahead and take a look at the radar here. I'll give you the latest in details here because this is something that just came in. And as you can see right there, we've got a severe thunderstorm right between Mount Vernon and Benton. Yeah, we got a severe storm out there, and we're starting to get some damage reports already. Let's go ahead and zoom in, and we'll take a look at this. Now, Hamilton County, you guys are not underneath a severe thunderstorm warning yet at this time. However, though, this storm is knocking on your door. In fact, it's already crossing over I-57 just north of Highway 14, Ina, Whittington, Spring Garden, just right there on your back door. As you can actually see this cell, it's moving to the east. It went right through Cesar, and we are getting some damage reports out of there for Cesar right here. As I click on it, 1 inch hail reported in Cesar. That would be quarter size. So it has produced quarter sized hail. That's going to emergency management over there in Cesar. As we zoom out a little bit, it has produced a couple more. Tamaroa, in fact, had some wind damage there. Power line down across the road in Tamaroa. That's according to law enforcement. Also, Pinckneyville, quarter-inch hail estimated right there. That was about 33 minutes ago. And then as we look into Pinckneyville as well, a couple of trees down and a power pole snapped, according to emergency management. So this is a cell that has already been causing damage as it continues to churn its way to the east. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the latest here. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 7:15 for southern Jefferson and northern Franklin counties at 6:46. Last update, a severe storm was located over Cesar, moving east at 40 miles per hour. We'll put a track on this in a little bit, but ping pong ball sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust radar indicated. But as I mentioned to you, this is a storm that has already produced some wind damage as well. Radar indicated threat, but we have seen a few storm reports associated with this cell already. So people and animals outdoors, get them in. So get inside along with your animals as well if you're in the path of this storm. Expect hail damage to roof siding, windows, and vehicles, along with roof siding and trees. Benton, Wren Lake, Cesar, already past you. However, that's going to be mainly going over the rural areas here, but Bell Rive certainly under the gun for this. I'm going to also mention Ewing, Whittington, Ina, Spring Garden, Diana, Macedonia, right there on the county border. However, Dahlgren, McLeansboro, the 142 Delafield, you guys are good. Pyopolis as well. But again, you have this storm that's coming in from the west. And so that is what we're looking at right now. Again, Hamilton County not underneath a severe thunderstorm warning yet, but given the severity of this cell and the damage reports I have read to you, would not be surprised if a severe thunderstorm warning was to be issued for Hamilton County, unless if it really weakens. But for now, it is potent. Let's go ahead and I'm going to show you what it's been like, what it's been doing here since it's been making its jog over to the east. As you can see right there on the radar, there it is. Got a nice hail core over there, just passed right over the Wren Lake area, went right through Cesar. And as you can see right there, lightning pretty consistent as well with it. Now, this is an area that really was not really in a slight risk or enhanced or moderate. But still, though, it has formed. It's moving over to the east at this moment. By the way, live chat's open if you guys want to comment on here. We got some people watching on here. So if you know anyone that's over in McLeansboro, know anyone that's over, as I mentioned, Dahlgren, as well as Belle Prairie City, Pyopolis, Delafield, the 142, 14, 242 highways, may want to give them a heads up about the cell. Bell Rive, the worst of it's going to go down to your south, even though you are underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. However, as we look at this core right here, you can actually see it just chugging along, moving to the east. Let's go ahead here and let's put a storm track on this here as I'm going to put it right here about the leading edge of that cell and the pretty much right where the strongest wind is at. So as I move this around a little bit, McLeansboro about 721. Meanwhile, Carmi at 751. That appears to be the track at this point. Let me go ahead here and see if I could zoom in a little bit more. And let me do something real quick. Bear with me for a moment. And I'm also going to include also the leading edge of this, so that way you guys can get a little bit of a a few more. Infield is 731, McLeansboro 715. That's for the leading edge of it. Carmi 745. But again, though, that's what's going on right now in terms of the storm track. And again, this is a cell that, again, producing golf ball sized hails, had a history of that. Quarter sized hail reported over in Cesar, 1 inch hail reported down there. So also Tamaroa, Pinckneyville, some power lines and trees have been down as a result of this cell. There's also another cell over to the north of Cape Girardeau, just southwest of Murfreesboro right there. That one moving down to deep southern Illinois. As you can see right there, right around the Grand Tower area to the west of Alto Pass. But if you look at cells-wise, the one that's right between Benton and Mount Vernon, that is the strongest one at this time. We do have cells to the north impacting Charleston, Terre Haute area. But again, this cell closest to home for us here in Wayne County, the one that's approaching McLeansboro and Hamilton County, that's the one that we are keeping an eye on at the moment. Live chat open, by the way, if you guys want to say hello. Also on YouTube as well. I'll do my best here to keep track of the messages here, guys. So do see some people hopping on and off of there. Let me go ahead and see here. Okay, an update to that. We just happened to see a flash. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 7:15 for southeastern Jefferson, northeastern Franklin counties. At 6:58, a severe storm was located near Wren Lake area, moving east at 40 miles per hour. As I mentioned, it was crossing 57. 60 mile per hour wind gust, quarter-sized hail. Radar indicated hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roof, siding, and trees. Benton, Wren Lake, as I mentioned, Ina, Bonnie, Belle Rive. Again, Belle Rive, I think, is going to go just south of you, the worst of it. But again, you may be seeing the dark, ominous clouds to the south of you, Ewing and Nason. But again, seek shelter indoors due to this incoming storm. So here it is. As right now, it's coming in just to the southeast of Spring Garden right there. We're going to take a little zoom in here. Right there on the East Franklin Road area, East Ina Road, East Kent Road as well. I know it's mainly over rural areas, but Delafield, Dahlgren, as well as McLeansboro. You guys underneath the gun of this, along with Belle Prairie City as well. And even looking into White County, depending on how strong and potent a storm is, if it has the strength, it could make its way into White County. So we'll see what Paducah says. And by the way, if you are trying to access the radar site at Evansville, it is out. If you're trying to access the radar site in Paducah, it's out. I'm using the St. Louis radar site for this. So we'll see how long it is. But I can tell you, Evansville radar site, it's out. Paducah radar site is out. So you can kind of see why I am using the St. Louis radar site for coverage. And so far, that is our best vantage point. So if you have been trying to access the reflectivity for Paducah as well as the Gibson County radar site, good luck with that. But for now, this is what we're going off of. And let's go ahead and take a look here and see velocity-wise. I'm not seeing anything that stands out to me. Correlation coefficient, nothing there at all. But overall, This is definitely a storm um, that is, again, severe. It has produced some wind damage. It has produced quarter-sized hail. It has a history as well, producing ping pong ball size as well whenever it was coming through. So, but McLeansboro Carmi, heads up for you guys as this severe storm moving again to the east at about 40 miles per hour. And for those of you who just joined me here on Facebook Live as well as YouTube, you guys can find me there. Done Before the Storm Facebook page. I cannot live stream on there yet because the page has not been up for 60 days. I know, I get it. But I did post the weather information on there. That way you guys can see the information on there. And I may be doing that here before long if a severe thunderstorm warning is issued for Hamilton County. Could also see this here too, and I'm going to do a little drawing here. Could also see where it could go a little bit north here a little bit. It could maybe go this way. We could even see southern part of Wayne County being included. But if I'm over like at Mill Shoals, if I'm over here at Enfield right here, Springerton, I would not be surprised. Again, you guys maybe start to see some of the clouds coming in from the west due to this severe storm coming in. So bear with me as I draw this right here. But again, I would not be surprised if you may be starting to see some of those clouds rolling in. But we're using the St. Louis radar site for now. As I mentioned, Paducah and Evansville radar sites are out. So if you haven't tried to get some weather information from there, that's the problem. Again, I was getting ready to preview the weather for tomorrow until I saw this. And I'm like, well, change of plans a little bit. So let's go ahead. And again, this expires in 11 minutes. But again, as you can see again, you can't access the radar. So we're going to have a St. Louis radar site for now. Hopefully by tomorrow they will be able to get that fixed. But that's a fingers crossed right there. Do a fiber optic cable being cut. Yeah, tell me about it. I know. Speaking of my Done Before the Storm Facebook page, I did post some information about the weather for tomorrow, and we'll talk about that later on as well. By the way, Clay, Richland, Lawrence counties underneath a severe thunderstorm watch. That expires in 3 hours, but greater threat to your north so far for the Charleston, Terre Haute area. Fairfield, Albion, you guys are good. Keeping track of again, severe storm with a hail core. It's your hail core right here. If you can see the red. If not, I could always adjust it a little bit. Let me make this be a little, well, bigger is always better. Here it is. Bigger is always better, right? We'll go ahead and just do it right here. Maybe not always the case, but there's your hail core. And since it's moving in this direction, if it holds itself together, Delafield, you also have the 142 snaking its way down. You also have Piopolis. You have the 242 coming at McLeansboro. It's going to go to the north of you unless if you have a hail core form in Macedonia area. And speaking of Macedonia, let me zoom down here a little bit. Oh, there it is. Severe thunderstorm warning issued for Hamilton County. All right, there it is. So Hamilton County underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's read the details on this. This is issued by Louisville. So Louisville, Kentucky is handling this. And that's the thing too with these weather offices. They could actually communicate with each other. So National Weather Service in Paducah has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Jefferson, central Hamilton, and northeastern Franklin counties until 7:30. At 7:05, a severe storm was located 11 miles west of McLeansboro, moving east at 40 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter-sized hail, radar indicated threat. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roof siding and trees. McLeansboro, Dahlgren, Macedonia, Belle Prairie City. Again, for your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Again, moving east, 60 miles per hour. Population about 7,500, 7,500. You get maximum hail size about a quarter. Hi, Clayton. Good to hear from you. Clayton, thanks for joining me here on YouTube. By the way, share the stream if you're able to. As you can see down there at the bottom left, it's Derek Dunn 89. That is my handle on YouTube. You guys can follow me along and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Live chat is open also on my personal Facebook, and it's kind of limited to friends only on there. One of these days I'll get that figured out. It used to be where I could change the privacy after the live stream started, but that's like I can't right now. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this here. So, as we can see, we have Dahlgren, Belle Prairie City, Piopolis, Blairsville. I know the Blairsville Road traveled quite often. McQueensboro, Hoodville, Nipper Corner, Macedonia. It's coming upon you. So right now, give me a moment here, guys, while I do this here. I'm going to go ahead and post. If you guys don't mind, just give me a moment here to post about the severe thunderstorm warning on my weather page. And that way I can get this information out there. But I'm zoomed in a little bit. Let me zoom out some. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Highway 14, the 142, 242 as well. That's under the gun for this severe storm. And again, what's crazy is, again, as I mentioned, we are, tomorrow's the bigger day here, especially areas to our north, but we could get a line here, and I'll tell you more about that later on. But, excuse me. Sorry about this, folks. Give me a moment. Okay. Thanks for the patience, guys. Appreciate it. Done Before the Storm Facebook page. I'll show you what that is coming up here in a moment. But right now, the hail core already about to Dahlgren already. In fact, for Dahlgren, it is just to your south. Little Villa getting impacted by this. County Road 1900. You also have the 142 Swiss Road area. County Road 7 as well. County Road 300 East. This is already heading towards Delafield. 142. This may... Let me see the animation here real quick on this. You kind of see it. As you go back and look, you can actually see what it was like when it's going over Rend Lake area. Excuse me. You can see what it's going like over Rend Lake area. Or see that dark purple kind of fade out a little bit. But anyway, that's what it's doing right now. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and set a storm track on this. Still going about 40, been pretty consistent. Infield 729, Carmi 743. Let me go ahead here and let me see. Okay. And I want to set a storm track for that hail core as well. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. And this is the strongest part of the cell, by the way. It's just the leading edge of it. Okay. And let me disappear for a moment, guys. Sorry about that. Let me, because it may be kind of, no, it's actually, you can actually see it. All right, so Piopolis, 720. Blairsville 727, Springerton 736, Mill Shoals 738. And again, I've kind of got it right there at the heart of the hail core, the strongest part of the cell. But again, the purple area, that is where the hail has been concentrated at. We did see quarter-inch hail reported in Cesar. There's also been some storm damage over Pinckneyville and Tamaroa because of this storm. And so that is where it's at right now at this time. Let's go ahead here and let me close out the storm track. And it's already crossing 142. So Lovilla already getting slammed right now. Pyopolis coming into you. Delafield. McLeansboro, again, the purple going to be to your north. I'm not seeing any purple form, but Macedonia is getting some heavy rain right now, getting stormed upon. But McLeansboro, the hail core is going to be to your north. But again, can't rule out some small hail as well. But again, as you can see, that purple pocket right there going over 142 just in the Dahlgren area. That is what is the focus right now. No rotation within this cell, which is good. But again, hail, we've seen hail damage in the past. So Pyopolis heading your way, already crossing 142, approaching right about County Highway 8. Live chat open, by the way, on Facebook and YouTube. You guys want to follow along here. Again, we're tracking a severe storm that's traveling over Hamilton County. As for you guys in Franklin County, right now the storm is moving out. So I expect this warning like for Wren Lake, Spring Garden to be discontinued there. You guys have about a minute to go of that. So it'll be expiring soon. Again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 7:30. So we got about 16 more minutes of this. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the radar site, reason to St. Louis radar site, because again, Evansville and Paducah, for those of you just joined on here, Evansville and Paducah, the radar sites are down due to a fiber optic cut. So, but right now, we got the hail core moving east, already impacting just to southeast of Dahlgren, 142, Pyopolis area, 242. Right now, if you know someone in that area of 242, we could zoom in a little bit. County Road 1000 East, Pyopolis. You have the Pyopolis turnoff. Blairsville Road, Blairsville as well. You also have Bungay as well. Springerton, even though Bungay and Springerton not underneath the gun at this time, even not underneath the severe thunderstorm warning, but this is coming in from the west. If it holds itself together, warning may be necessary for those communities. Mill Shoals, Ayden, right now for you guys, this is just to your south, but I would definitely be keeping an eye on it for sure. Also seeing a lightning pocket right there to the west of Delafield as well. All right, so right now, Belle Prairie City, Pyopolis, talked about you guys already. This is at 2000, County Road 2000 North, approaching County Road 1850 North, Pyopolis again. You also have County Road 800 East. So, you guys, the hail core, the strongest part of the storm is knocking on your back door. McLeansboro starting to creep in right now. Diamond City as well. You're starting to get some of that moderate rain along with the McLeansboro Golf Club. Along with Foxy's Deep South Restaurant. Shout out to them, to local restaurants in that area. You guys got some light rain right now, but it may be starting to pick up here as you got some heavy rain coming in from the west. Hoodville, Nipper Corner, you guys going to get the reds. Flint as well, moving through that area. So here's Hoodville right there, McLeansboro Airport. Already starting to rain at the airport over there in McLeansboro. Because I talked about the strongest part of the storm just to the east of Dahlgren. Would also like to mention again, I talked about the storm damage, what it's done, what it's caused. This was measured at about 30 minutes ago. 1 inch hail measured over Cesar, Franklin County as part of the emergency management over there. Tamaroa actually had some wind damage. Power line was down across the road over there in Tamaroa. That's according to law enforcement. Pinckneyville as well. A couple of trees down and the power pole snapped, according to emergency management over there, along with some 1-inch hail as well. Okay, hail core, strongest part of the cell, moving out of 142, just to the west of Pyopolis. Let's go ahead and see if I can set a storm track for this here, for this part of the cell. And again, as I talked about here, this is the strongest part of it. This is what we're focusing in on. This is where the hail being concentrated as well. We can't rule out other parts of the storm, but given the purple and where it's at, this is making a beeline here a little bit, kind of toward the east-northeast a little bit. So Pyopolis, you're right there. There's a 242. Belle Prairie City, a close call for you. You may get clipped by this. Blairsville, a close call for you as well. You also have the Blairsville Road turnoff going straight into Blairsville. Bungie, Springerton. Right now at the moment, you guys are good, but no warning for you. But if this storm maintains its strength and intensity, could see a severe thunderstorm warning being issued. Live chat open, by the way, on Facebook and YouTube. We will be talking about severe weather threat for tomorrow at the moment. But for now, though, this is the area that we're keying in on as Hamilton County due to a severe storm. Starting to see a little bit of a hail core, another one, a little bit of shade of purple, just to the west of Hoodville right there, just to the southeast of Flint. So that's about County Road 550 East. So a little bit of a hail core trying to develop down there. Braden, this is going to be coming in to the west of you. North City, you got some light rain down there so far. However, you may be clipped by the south side of the cell. No warning yet for the southern part of Hamilton County, including Broughton. However, though, the strongest part of the cell moving, just continuing to turn its way to the east. I was see if there's an update on this here. 7:05, still the latest update. Cell was moving east at 40 miles per hour. Let's see here if we can get an update here. Since I do have McLeansboro right there, I'm going to start off again with the hail core, as you can see just to the left of your screen, right there about the Pyopolis area. Pyopolis again, just right there upon you. Time right now is 7:19. Blairsville 7:29. Springerton 7:37. Burt Prairie 7:45. And Centerville at 7:52. So those are the areas. Also, Highway 45. You got the making pretty much, if it holds up, if it continues where it's going right now, the Springerton curve is what I call it, could be impacted by it. So again, just keep an eye here on the weather here for you. Keep an eye to the skies. You may be starting to see some of the storm clouds rolling in, which that area, by the way, Springerton area, I know it's rural and there's a lot of oil derricks in that area. But if you think about it, pretty good vantage point to see what's coming in from the west. You just don't have as nearly as many trees. So you may be, which I don't have a vantage point at Springerton right now or Bungie, but this is actually a pretty good vantage point for a pretty good vantage spot. Sorry about that. But again, that's where it's at right now at the moment. Done before the storm Facebook page. Yeah, I just happened to see that from Nixel from Hamilton County on there. Okay. Okay, like I said, we have an update to the warning here. Like I always want to have my head down. There it is. And this is an update. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 7:30 for central Hamilton County. Franklin County, you guys are good. Franklin County, you guys are good. At 7:20, severe storm is located in McLeansboro. moving east at 40 miles per hour. Still consistent with the speed. 60 mile per hour wind gust, quarter size tail, radar indicated. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expected wind damage to roof siding and trees. Locations impacted include McLeansboro, Dahlgren, and Belle Prairie City. Again, for your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. So that is getting a severe thunderstorm warning until 7:30 for central Hamilton County. Population 6,100, by the way, expires in 8 minutes, but moving through the heart of Hamilton County. For those of you that just logged in here on Facebook as well as YouTube, appreciate you guys watching. Hope you're staying safe out there. I was going to say also, I know there's perhaps some Little League games going on that may have been canceled, postponed due to this. But also, Evansville, Paducah radar sites are down. Hopefully they'll be back online tomorrow. But again, we're using the St. Louis radar site for coverage here, which is our closest and best vantage point. Starting to see here, it's not the animation here, and we'll do that in a moment here, but if you look at this here over the course of time, you actually see how the purple core is thinning out on the north end of that cell. We had a little bit of a hell core just to the south of McLeansboro right there, but it looks like, though, that purple has really gone away a little bit, which is encouraging, which is good news indeed, given the history of this storm and the damage it produced. And plus, you can kind of see it over time, starting to weaken a little bit. That is certainly good news. Let me move this around a little bit. You can actually see what I'm talking about. We'll see if a warning may be necessary for White County, because I'll draw right here for you. This is the Hamilton-White County border, and the storm right now are moving through the heart of Hamilton County. We'll see if Paducah issues this here. But again, share the stream if you're able to. For those of you that are watching on Facebook, I greatly appreciate it, along with YouTube as well as at Derek Dunn 89. But this is really the big show, the big event here. We do have another cell down to the south. It really fizzled out. Got one forming over in the Perryville, Missouri area. That's no concern to us. Severe thunderstorm watch for Clay, Richland, and Lawrence counties, by the way. Severe activity over there to the north. Indy, by the way, getting stormed upon as well. But for right now, though, here in southern Illinois, one severe thunderstorm we're talking about, and that is the one over Hamilton County. So that one expires in about 6 minutes. And we'll see here what this storm does. But again, it is starting to weaken here. And I also wonder, too, if it's because with the way the sun is going down, the cooler temperatures. It did rain in Fairfield earlier this afternoon. But we haven't really seen anything out of Fairfield yet. In terms of the rain, just rain is what we had here. That was hours ago. But for those of you in Hamilton County, I didn't really see the radar. I briefly looked at it earlier, but it may have not rained under Hamco. But the cells certainly had some energy to feed off of. But now you can definitely tell as I look at the animation, certainly weakening right there. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Strongest core right now passing over Hoodville, Nipper Corner, approaching there. Also, the Hamilton County State Fish and Wildlife Area, not in a severe thunderstorm warning, but certainly, though, just right there, just right past it, just right over the Polygon area. But for those of you who know some people that may be camping down there, if you know some people camping down there, may want to give them a heads up, especially the Dolan Lake area. Zoom in a little bit. There it is. Dolan Lake right there, just outside the severe thunderstorm warning polygon. But certainly for sure, though, if you know someone camping in that area, give them a heads up. Vicky, watching from Columbus, Ohio. Stay safe, all my friends and family in Southern Illinois. Hi, Vicky. Appreciate you as always for joining here. Yeah, this is really weakening. And when it got over Piopolis area, really weakening. Blairsville, getting the northern part of that storm right now. But this is encouraging, though. But we'll see what Paducah does here if a warning may be necessary for White County. And again, we're looking here at Highway 14, Highway 45, Enfield, Springerton, Blairsville, already starting to storm over there in Blairsville, Thurber, Thackeray, already starting to approach you from the west. McLeansboro, you're on the backside of the storm right now. Not seeing anything come in from the west. Wren Lake area, you guys are good. If you know someone over at Wren Lake, may want to give them a shout, telling them that the storm has already moved out of Wren Lake area. And that just northern side. I mean, if you look at this here, continues to weaken. You can really see it just fizzle out. And like we're using the St. Louis radar site, and hopefully, hopefully, knock on wood, we won't lose coverage of it. This warning goes on for 3 more minutes, and they may shift this, and we'll see here. But that purple really faded away when it was going through Piopolis. When it was on 142, earlier, it really looked strong. It was a pretty potent pocket. But for now, though, it's encouraging to see it weaken as it's making its way. Sorry about that. Inadvertently hit the mouse there. But we'll see here if, and I'm just being, again, hypothetical, but we'll see if maybe they'll draw maybe this area right here as far as severe thunderstorm warning, or they may extend a little bit further to the north. But it's kind of amazing how this northern part, when it was going through Dahlgren, 142, Piopolis, it's like the power just really shifted down here to the southern part of the cell. But again, it's also losing its strength and intensity. And again, just playing the automation, you can just really see how it really just weakened out. Time is 7:29. 1 more minute to go here of the severe thunderstorm warning for Hamilton County. Expired actually just now. I'm going to stay around here a little bit and see if Paducah is going to do anything about White County at the moment. But for now, I'm not really. The way this storm is weakening, though, we'll see if they'll make a call in White County, even for the eastern fringe of Hamco. But I'm not seeing anything that would warrant, again, just how the storm has been weakening, a severe thunderstorm warning for White County. But you never know. You just never know, though. Evansville and Paducah radar sites are out. And the reason why I say that is because you do have the red down here. You see how it's in red. For example, the Evansville radar site, it's out. In fact, if I click on it, see how the reflectivity just disappears. So, been using the St. Louis radar site, which has really been the go-to. We also have a couple of storms firing up just to the east of Marion, between Marion and Harrisburg, Carrier Mills, Highway 13. Not severe at the moment, but they have fired up, and you kind of see they kind of have just formed a little bit. I know it's a little bit pixelated here, but the best that I could do for that area. But for those of you over in Carrier Mills, you got a storm coming in, along with Highway 45, Delta as well. Stoneford possibly, but Delta, Carrier Mills, Highway 45, Newcastle, Saline, Sahara Wood State Recreation Area, moving into that area, that region. So that severe thunderstorm warning should be expired for Hamilton County. Let's see here. Okay, it has expired. I still want to hang on for a couple more minutes, just because to see if Paducah is going to do anything. Louisville has been helping out, and let me see if I can find an example, which I had an example right there until it went away. Tornado warning south of Terre Haute. I know it's out the Terre Haute here, but I'm just kind of looking around. I'm just kind of curious by this. It's for Terre Haute. The Indianapolis radar site's working, so we can actually. And there's a rotation right there. Look at that. So Got some rotation in this area right here going this way. So that's interesting. And you kind of see how it really kind of formed right there near Prairie Creek. So radar indicated, of course, but interesting no for the Terre Haute area. Going back down here to our region. And let me switch over to reflectivity. Yeah, you can just see how that cell is really weakened. So with that being said, it looks like Courier Mills is in line for a strong storm. Kind of like Twins, actually, the way they look on radar. McLeansboro, I know you just got stormed upon. The severe thunderstorm warning has expired for you. So Hamilton County, even though you have that storm, and let me show you here where it's at, just to southeast McLeansboro. McLeansboro, you guys are good. Dahlgren, Delafield, you guys are good as well. Braden, you guys are good. 142 northwest of McLeansboro, you guys are all right. And even though this is tracking, looks like kind of like to the east southeast a little bit. I'll put a storm track on it, which I can do. So I didn't. Mount Vernon, Indiana, 815, Evansville, 840. As if it holds itself together, unless if it dies out completely. But let me go ahead and include here some communities. And again, we can actually do this here. The leading edge of this. And it'll still go about 40. Harold is 749, Emma 753, Prairie at 805. So watch out, heads up for the guys on 45, Route 1, Harold area, Emma as well, New Haven, going to go to the north of you. But that is where that storm is tracking at this time. Okay. Just want to zoom in real quick on Harold real quick, just I felt like it. All right, so with all that being said, it looks like the threat is over in terms of severe weather for us. I do not see this cell the way it keeps going at this rate. I don't see it strengthening unless if it really did, but the way it's weakening at this rate, I would not be surprised if it were to fizzle out entirely. So, with all that being said, let's talk about the potential for severe weather tomorrow. And I've got some thoughts on it as well. In my opinion, in my view, it has been consistent in terms of what the Storm Prediction Center has been sending out. If you recall, going back, I believe it was Friday or Saturday, we started to see the readings of how, 15% chance of severe weather, and it was over our area and region. And then you look at how, over the course of time, some more information has really come up. And so, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my notes here. And I want to read to you guys. I've got some slides here. For tomorrow. And let me go ahead and let me shift it over to the weather story here. And give me a moment as I get my notes here. Yeah, this came really unexpected. I just happened to log on and see that, there was a severe storm down there in Hamilton County that was in Franklin and Hamilton counties, and was like, that's interesting right there. And just isolated by itself, but yet, you can't rule out what storms could do in terms of the damage and all that. So give me a moment here as I get my notes here. Apologize for for kind of a little being disorganized here, but I want to simplify this for you guys. So for a moment, I have it on our region, and as you can see right there, marginal risk, pretty much, Evansville, Hamilton County, Carmi, Marion, Carbondale, Cape Girardeau. Slight risk, which would be from Mount Vernon, Illinois, Fairfield, Albion, Mount Carmel, Lordsville, Olney, Flora, Salem as well. But then you get really to St. Louis, Effingham, Robinson, Mattoon, Charleston, underneath an enhanced risk for severe weather. So as we could read right here and see that a line of thunderstorms is expected to move southeast along I-64 corridor late Wednesday evening into the overnight hours. Greatest risk of severe storms will be well to the north of the Quad State. So, and I'll show you why that is here in a moment, but that is what they're saying at this time. The timing of this is 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Primary hazards, damaging winds, a tornado or two is possible. Now, I'm going to show you guys on the next slide here. And it just updated. I had it perfectly, and then all of a sudden it just it went away. There it is. So, as you guys can see, I try to zoom in as best I can, but that's about as good as I'm going to get. But you can also see right here the level 4. That's level 4 out of 5. So Peoria, Springfield, Champaign, Bloomington, Kankakee. And I'm telling you guys this, the one thing that keeps coming to my mind about this is when I think about this for a moment, I want to focus on myself real quick. I'm thinking about, for these folks, they've been hit with multiple rounds of severe weather. Think about what happened just last week when you had EF3s, EF2s, strong tornadoes in central northern Illinois into northern Indiana. And here they are, another round of severe weather where you're dealing with the potential for strong, possibly severe, long track tornadoes, wind, hail, heavy rain. All severe weather hazards are in play for this. And especially for those, again, for enhanced, even the moderate level 4. I'm telling you what, guys, they have just been hit hard. And by the way, Illinois is the leader in tornadoes this year. Even though down here in Southern Illinois, we've had a few. I think about Carlisle, Olney. But when you go north of I-70, you go Champaign, Bloomington area, Springfield, Peoria. They have just been rocked with tornadoes. Remember Kankakee back a few months ago. And Illinois is the leader in tornadoes this year. And it's crazy to think that, because Southern Illinois has been relatively quiet, whereas last year it was pretty active, for April and May. But guys, I'm telling you, this is what I'm seeing here. So let me, that's about as good as I'm going to get right there. So let's go ahead and talk about this here. This is what it's saying, and it just updated, didn't it? It just updated. They're always updating. So we'll keep this map up here. A significant severe weather outbreak is expected Wednesday across parts of Illinois and Indiana. Severe storms can produce strong tornadoes, damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour, and large hail up to 2.5 inches in diameter. Now, I know this is mainly for level 3, level 4. I just want to read you the information in case you know someone, maybe have friends and family in these areas who may not know this yet. Storms may already be ongoing Wednesday morning across eastern Iowa before moving into northern and central Illinois and Indiana. These storms could bring damaging winds, but may weaken as they move east. The greater severe weather threat is expected to develop by early to mid-afternoon, especially from near the Quad Cities into central Illinois. Here's the big word, if the atmosphere recovers after the morning storms, new storms can quickly become severe. Any storms that develop near the warm front or surface low could become supercells capable of very large hail, destructive winds, and strong to intense tornadoes. The threat may continue east into Indiana as moisture increases during the day. So, with that being said, tomorrow for areas to our north and central in northern Illinois, Springfield, Illinois, Peoria, Bloomington, Normal, Champaign, Kankakee, Paxton, Buckley, Loda, Lafayette, Indiana. They are under the gun for the level 4. As for level 3, St. Louis, Missouri, Effingham, Vandalia. You're looking also at Terre Haute, Charleston, Mattoon. I got friends up there. So, where you see the orange, Indianapolis. And then we're underneath this slight risk here for us. But the one thing that we cannot rule out is the possibility that we could see a squall line move through the southern Illinois region for us later on. So let me go ahead, and I want to go ahead and pull up the weather radar here. And let me see, and I'm kind of playing around with this a little bit, so bear with me here. Let me go ahead and see. And I want to see if I can pull this up. Because there is a way. Okay. So for now, that's what I was looking at. And by the way, guys, I apologize if my stomach rumbles. I get hungry, so bear with me on this. Okay, hang on. Okay, so let me zoom out a little bit, show you the big picture. This is what the HRRR is showing. This will be for 12 noon, and I think I'm still on the St. Louis radar site. Let me see. Okay, so you can see this right here. You kind of see how this line forms a little bit. So as you can see, you see how it's heading towards Indy right there. Springfield as well. This is at 12 noon tomorrow. You have Clinton, Lincoln, Petersburg. But again, once this moves out, we can't rule out some storms forming down to our south a little bit, but then it kind of calms down a little bit. You kind of see as well, let me draw this for you. See this bowing motion a little bit? It's a little bit of a thicker line. Sorry about that. You can see this bowing motion right here, indicative of a strong wind, but you still can't rule out the possibility of, again, tornadoes spinning up here. So that is something to consider, is that we saw that last week with the storms when they were moving across northern Illinois into Indiana. We saw tornadoes embedded moving through. So that is what it looks like right now. Again, that's for 12 noon. Now, I know it could change, obviously. Here's Charleston right here. There's Urbana, Champaign, Clinton, Leroy, Springfield. And that's a little bit off. But you kind of see where that leading edge is right there. That's at 12 noon. Let me see here if I could do this. Hey, guys, this is what I get for drawing a lot. But this is fascinating because, and I think I can change the settings of this. Let me see. sometimes you gotta play around live during a live stream, and it's okay. It's all right. So because it's like I get to kind of see things a little bit differently. Let me check this out real quick. Oh, this is what I get for interrupting things. Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't go out too far. Let me see. We got all kinds of radars here with this. I don't know about GFS. Let me see. Actually, sorry guys, that's bright. I know. Actually, hang on. Oops. For some reason, I hit this. It needs to be composite reflectivity. There it is. Okay. So, I was like, what in the world is happening? That was the temperature, actually, which is interesting. What about the dew points here? Look at this. So, if we're looking at the dew points for this, look how cooler it is. Look at that. So this is the dew point. You kind of see it right here a little bit where this is creeping up. So again, watch this here. It's kind of creeping up this way when I play it. It kind of makes that northerly track, the dew points do. That's going to help fill up the storms for tomorrow. You already see right there, 67 St. Louis, muggy. That's forecast. And let me see. This is why I get playing with radar so much, guys. So that is at 12 noon tomorrow. So at 12 noon, 67 St. Louis, 68 Springfield, 64 in Indy, Memphis 72, Little Rock 71. But again, Des Moines 72 up there. And again, those dew points are just being pumped up into it. So I said, we're going to be seeing some high dew points for tomorrow. We're going to be seeing some muggy conditions. Let's also take a look at this here. Apparent temperature, by the way. Let's take a look at that. So I know it was a little bit quick, and I apologize for that, but you can already see 80. This is at noon here, so I can't forecast beyond that here with this, but it'll be 80 in St. Louis, 79 in Jefferson City, Springfield 67. But again, all that's going to be pumping up into it. Indy 74. And we talked about earlier with this how you also have the possibility of a morning line, some morning showers and storms, and that actually could weaken things a little bit. It just depends on how much instability there is, but it's something to consider here. 74 in Indy, as I mentioned. So as you can see right there, it kind of comes in a little bit, and there it goes. So, all right. So guys, that is what I have. Also, real quick about Thursday as well. Storm threat down to our south of Kentucky for Thursday, but for Wednesday night, that's the way it's looking. Now that was issued at 3 o'clock. But again, we'll see here about tomorrow. Keep an eye on my Facebook page, Done Before the Storm. Let me go ahead and, while I have a moment here, I'll go ahead and pull it up here for you. That way you guys can follow along. I know we got some people watching out there. Maybe want to watch this later on. And this is what I get here for typing up the wrong keyboard. I've got like 2 keyboards, guys, so. Okay, that's really weird. It makes me want to type in my password. Give me a moment here. So this is my Facebook page. Right here, it looks like this. It's called Done Before the Storm. If you guys, on Facebook, YouTube, give me a follow there. Again, I can't go live with it because the page has not been up for 60 days. That's Facebook standards. I do want to thank you guys for supporting the page, though. Already got about at least a couple more followers added. I greatly appreciate it. I just wish I could go live with it, but I can't. In fact, it looks like, by my calculations, I can't go live with it until, I want to say, around July 4th. Because I created the page on May 4th, so it would be right around July 4th is when I could live stream on there. In case, if you guys want to comment as well about this, I appreciate your feedback. Should I create a YouTube channel for Done Before the Storm? I got one for Facebook already. I live stream on my personal YouTube page. As you can see down at the bottom left, Derek Dunn 89. I just need your guys' feedback on that. Should I create a YouTube channel for Done Before the Storm? Feel free to comment, message me about that for your input. It's greatly appreciated. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining me here. I know it was a longer live stream than I thought due to the severe weather that we had impacting Franklin as well as Hamilton counties. The storm, as I look here at the radar, and let me pull it up here real quick just to check and make sure before I sign off here. It was weakening. Let me see. Oops, I'm on the wrong radar. It has really weakened right now. But anyways, I'm looking off screen right here. By the way, the storm is right now that prompted the warnings for Hamilton and Franklin counties earlier, already moving through White County. Not severe at the moment. So that's encouraging news. So guys, as I mentioned here, as I take it back out here to Southern Illinois, so far anyway, pretty much that's the way it looks right now. Nothing severe in our area and region. So again, as always, be weather aware. For tomorrow, guys, again, forecasting a squall line. Can rule out straight line damaging winds as the primary threat, along with large hail. Could even see a tornado or two, but the greater threat will be to our north. Folks, I'm telling you, the people up there in northern Illinois, central and northern Illinois, as well as in Indiana, they got hit last week. Looks like more severe weather is anticipated for them tomorrow. There are still people who are still picking up the pieces. I encourage you, if you have an opportunity, keep them in your thoughts, keep them in your prayers, because there are those who are still picking up the pieces, and yet you get another round of weather like this for their area and region. But we must also keep an eye for ourselves as well, even though the enhanced risk is to our north, but still we just can't let our guard down. So have multiple ways to receive warnings and information. As always, keep your eyes to the skies and the radars, and always be weather aware. Always be prepared, not scared. Until then, guys, thanks for tuning in wherever you may be, Facebook, YouTube. I'm going to grab some supper and keep an eye on my Facebook page, my weather page, Done Before the Storm, as well as for more content and weather information.